Hey, if you enjoy the stories shared on my channel, please remember to hit subscribe. Your support truly keeps me motivated and allows me to bring you more stories like this. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now let's step into today's story. I never thought I'd become the villain in the love story I once begged the universe to give me. And yet here I am, gripping a sheet of paper with shaking hands, rereading words that once made me feel protected. Words my husband had read to me through tears on the day we promised forever. Now those same vows had been sent back to me in a plain white envelope, topped with a single sticky note bearing four crushing words. You broke everyone. My breath stalled in my chest. The truth is, the collapse didn't begin with the affair. Saying that doesn't excuse a single thing, nothing ever could. But it wasn't a sudden act of betrayal. It was a quiet erosion, slow and unnoticed, like watching fractures spread through the walls of your home while pretending everything is fine. Isaac and I had been married for 5 years. He was steady, kind, unwaveringly loyal, the kind of man who memorized your coffee order and made Sunday pancakes without being asked. But he carried stress like a sealed box and believed quality time meant sitting side by side in silence, the TV glowing between us. I needed fire. I needed to feel chosen, seen, desired. Over time, I stopped asking for those things and started resenting him for not sensing what I never said aloud. Then Julian entered my life. He was everything Isaac wasn't: charismatic, loud, unpredictable. We met at a marketing conference in Chicago. One drink too many at the hotel bar, a kiss in the elevator, and I kissed him back. That moment became the doorway to a life I never should have opened. Fake girls' trips, hotel rooms behind drawn curtains, secret messages sent across dinner tables, even a second toothbrush hidden in my purse. I kept telling myself it would end, that it was temporary, that Isaac didn't care anymore, that he wasn't trying. But the truth was far worse. Isaac loved me more deeply than I ever allowed myself to see. One night, while Isaac slept, I slipped out of bed to whisper into my phone. Curled up in the hallway, speaking softly to Julian, I heard the floorboards creak. I turned, heart racing, and Isaac was standing there, silent, watching. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't cry. He didn't accuse me. He just looked at me like I was a stranger wearing his wife's face. Then he turned and walked back into the bedroom. By morning, he was gone. The house downstairs was spotless. His keys were missing. His wedding ring sat alone on the kitchen counter. No note. No confrontation. Just emptiness that stretched on for days. I called. I texted. I begged. Nothing. I went to his office. His assistant said he was working from home for a while. His mother wouldn't speak to me at all. I kept telling myself he needed time, that we could still fix this. A week later, the envelope arrived. My name on the front. No return address. Inside were two things: a folded page and a small yellow sticky note in his familiar handwriting. You broke everyone. My hands trembled as I unfolded the paper. It was his vows, the ones he'd written himself, the ones he'd carried in his wallet for years. The vows he whispered to me on our wedding day, his voice breaking. I vow to choose you when life feels heavy. I vow to listen even when I don't understand. I vow to protect your heart, even if it costs me mine. I vow to make you feel cherished, seen, and loved every single day. I vow to fight for us, for our life, and for the woman you are. I read them over and over until the words blurred through my tears. Julian tried to comfort me. He said Isaac was overreacting, told me we could finally be real now. But the moment Isaac disappeared from my life, Julian's charm dimmed. I saw him clearly: the ego, the games, the thrill of being someone's escape without ever being their destination. He wasn't my future. He was my excuse. I ended it that night, blocked him, deleted everything. It felt like stepping out of a burning room only to realize I'd been the one holding the match. But it didn't matter. The damage was already done. I wrote emails, letters, anything I could think of to reach Isaac. Nothing worked. I even went to his brother's engagement party just to see him. The second he noticed me, he left. Months passed. Then one random afternoon, I saw him in the produce aisle of a grocery store, picking apples. He looked the same but lighter, like someone who had walked through fire and accepted that the flames were never his responsibility. I froze. When he turned and saw me, our eyes locked. For a long moment, neither of us moved. Then he gave me a small, polite smile. Aliza. His voice was calm, too calm. I stepped closer. Isaac, please, can we talk? He shook his head. There's nothing left to talk about. There is, I whispered. There's so much I need to say. I'm sorry. I was selfish. I know, he said gently. I know you're sorry. I believe you. My eyes burned. Then can we try again? He looked down at the apples in his hands and sighed softly. I spent years loving you with everything I had, he said. But love can't survive when the other person keeps reaching for someone else. I'm not reaching anymore, I whispered. He met my gaze. This time there was grief there, but also finality. "I know," he said, "but I'm not yours anymore." He walked away, and I stood there holding a basket filled with nothing. That night, I reread his vows again and again. I couldn't bring myself to throw them away. Maybe part of me hoped that someday, years from now, he'd come back, that somehow we'd find our way to each other again. But I knew the truth. He loved me enough to write those vows, and enough to leave when I shattered them. I betrayed my husband. He mailed me our wedding vows, and now I live with the weight of what I destroyed. A love I will never get back.